bottle of red. Perhaps a bottle of rose instead. We'll get a table near the street, in our old familiar place. You and I face to face. A bottle of red, a bottle of white. It all depends on your appetite. I'll meet you anytime you want, in our Italian restaurant. Things are okay with me these days. Got a good job, got a good office, got a new wife, got a new life, and the family's fine. We lost touch long ago. You lost weight. I did not know you could ever look so good after so much time. I remember those days hanging out at the village green. Engineer boots, leather jackets, and tight blue jeans. Drop a dime in the box, play the song about New Orleans. Cold beer, hot lights. My sweet romantic teenage nights. Brenda and Eddie were the popular steadies, and the king and the queen of the prom. Riding around with the car top down and the radio on. Nobody looked any finer, or was more of a hit at the Parkway Diner. We never knew we could want more than that out of life. Surely Brenda and Eddie would always know how to survive. Brenda and Eddie were still going steady in the summer of '75. When they decided the marriage would be at the end of July. Everyone said they were crazy. Brenda, you know you're much too lazy. Eddie could never afford to live that kind of life. But there we were waving Brenda and Eddie goodbye. They got an apartment with deep pile carpet, and a couple of paintings from Sears. A big waterbed that they bought with the bread they had saved for a couple of years. They started to fight when the money got tight, and they just didn't count on the tears. They lived for a while in a very nice style, but it's always the same in the end. They got a divorce as a matter of course, and they parted the closest of friends. Then the king and the queen went back to the green. But you can never go back there again. Brenda and Eddie had had it already. By the summer of '75. From the high to the low, to the end of the show. For the rest of their lives, they couldn't go back to the greasers. The best they could do was pick up the pieces. We always knew they would both find a way to get by. That's all I heard about Brenda and Eddie. Can't tell you more than I told you already. And here we are waving Brenda and Eddie goodbye. Anthony works in the grocery store, saving his pennies for someday. Mama Leone left a note on the door. She said, "Sonny, move out to the country. But working too hard can give you a heart attack. You oughta know by now. Who needs a house out in Hackensack? Is that all you get for your money? And it seems such a waste of time, if that's what it's all about." Mama, if that's moving up, then I'm moving out. I'm moving out. You should never argue with a crazy mind. You oughta know by now. You can pay Uncle Sam with the overtime. Is that all you get for your money? And if that's what you have in mind, then that's what you're all about. Good luck moving up, 'cause I'm moving out. I'm moving out. Sergeant O'Leary is walking the beat. At night he becomes a bartender. He works at Mr. Cacciatore's, down on Sullivan Street, across from the medical center. And he's trading in his Chevy for a Cadillac. You oughta know by now. If he can't drive with a broken back, at least he can polish the fenders. You oughta know by now. You can pay Uncle Sam with the overtime. Is that all you get for your money? Yeah, if that's what you're all about. Good luck moving up, 'cause I'm moving out. I'm moving out. Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray. South Pacific, Walter Winchell, Joe DiMaggio, Joe McCarthy, Richard Nixon, Studebaker Television. North Korea, South Korea, Marilyn Monroe. Rosenberg's H-bomb, Sugar Ray, Panmunjom. Brando, The King and I, and The Catcher in the Rye. Eisenhower vaccine, England's got a new queen. Marciano Liberace, Santayana, goodbye. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning, since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Joseph Stalin, Malenkov, Nasser, and Prokofiev. Rockefeller, Campanella, Communist Bloc. Roy Cohn, Juan Perón, Toscanini, Dacron. Diane Biefu Falls, Rock Around the Clock. Einstein, James Dean, Brooklyn's Got a Winning Team. Davy Crockett, Peter Pan, Elvis Presley, Disneyland. Bardo, Budapest, Alabama, Khrushchev. Princess Grace, Peyton Place, Trouble in the Suez. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning, since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Little Rock, Pasternak, Mickey Mantle, Kerouac. Sputnik, Joe Enlai, Bridge on the River Kwai. Lebanon, Charles de Gaulle, California baseball. Starkweather, Homicide, Children of Thalidomide. Buddy Holly, Ben-Hur, Space Monkey Mafia. Hula Hoops, Castro, Edsel is a no-go. U2, Syngman Rhee, Payola and Kennedy. Chubby Checker, Psycho, Belgians in the Congo. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning, since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. No, We didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Hemingway, Eichmann, Stranger in a Strange Land. Dylan, Berlin, Bay of Pigs Invasion. Lawrence of Arabia, British Beatlemania. O.L. Miss, John Glenn, Liston beats Patterson. Pope Paul, Malcolm X, British politician sex. JFK blown away, what else do I have to say? We didn't start the fire. It was always burning, since the world's been turning. Birth control Ho Chi Minh, Richard Nixon back again. Moonshot, Woodstock, Watergate punk rock. Begin, Reagan, Palestine, terror on the airline. Ayatollahs in Iran, Russians in Afghanistan. Wheel of Fortune, Sally Ride, heavy metal suicide. Foreign debts, homeless vets, AIDS, crack, Bernie goats. Hypodermics on the shore, China's under martial law. Rock and roller, cola wars, I can't take it anymore. What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing? Can't you tell that your tie's too wide? Maybe I should buy some old tab collars? Welcome back to the age of jive. Where have you been hiding out lately, honey? You can't dress trashy till. There will be no this inserted audio clip if you buy the software license key or activation key. You spend a lot of money. What's the matter with the car I'm driving? Can't you tell that it's out of style? Should I get a set of white wall tires? Are you gonna cruise a miracle mile? Nowadays you can't be too sentimental. You best bet's a true baby blue Continental. Hot funk, cool punk, even if it's old junk. It's still rock and roll to me. Oh, it doesn't matter what they say in the papers. 'Cause it's always been the same old scene. There's a new band in town. But you can't get the sound from a story in a magazine. Aimed at your average teen. How about a pair of pink sidewinders? And a bright orange pair of pants? You could really be a Beau Brummel baby. If you just give it half a chance. Don't waste your money on a new set of speakers. You get more mileage from a cheap pair of sneakers. Next phase, new wave, dance craze, anyways. It's still rock and roll to me. What's the matter with the crowd I'm seeing? Don't you know that they're out of touch? Should I try to be a straight A student? If you are, then you think too much. Don't you know about the new fashion, honey? All you need are looks and a whole lot of money. It's the next phase, new wave, dance craze, anyways. It's still rock and roll to me. Everybody's talking about the new sound. Funny, but it's still rock and roll to me.